What's up with it? It's your boy Expat D, man. It's been a minute, man. I'm about to ramp up, man. It's about to be travel season. Today, I want to talk to you about things that get on my nerves being a racially ambiguous person. Okay, so what I mean by that, okay, in case this is a new word, in case you think I'm mumbling them $10 words at you, right? What I mean by racially ambiguous is basically I'm somebody that gets mistaken for a lot of different races. And I mean passionately mistaken. I mean, I get mistaken for uh, being Dominican, being Puerto Rican, being Egyptian, being Brazilian, being Arab, you know, uh, Ethiopian. I mean, it's so many different things. And the crazy thing is, um, it's to the point where they just don't believe me or they get offended when I say I'm not that. But anyway, let me get right into it. So here are the things that get on my nerves being a traveler as a racially ambiguous person. So number one was trying to explain slavery. Okay. Being from the States, people are trying to figure out like, what are you? Okay. And it's like a lot of your, people that are from the States or whatever, um, they don't really quite understand. Like, a lot of times when you meet black people that are from, uh, like the UK, when I went there some years ago, they know like, oh, they're Jamaican or they're from Nigeria or so. They specifically know the country that they're coming from, right? In the States, we just kind of don't really know, right? We kind of can trace stuff back to like Louisiana. You know what I mean? And then that's like everything else kind of gets into like these strange question marks or extreme amount of different mixes, right? But yeah, just having to explain that whole dynamic to a person that's not from the States, like if it's someone that's from the States, it's just kind of like you already know. You know what I mean? But when somebody is not from the States, just trying to explain that whole dynamic and can't really answer like where you from, that is like, it gets annoying. Right? It gets annoying. All right, number two is, traveling and like culturally offending people without knowing it. So like, for example, um, I get mistaken for being Arab a lot. Maybe it depends on how I wear my beard. And so like sometimes when I travel, let's say if I travel and it's like Ramadan and I'm just like openly eating, people are like, "What?" Right? I remember I was in Africa, and this is like I really went hip on Ramadan and all that stuff. And I was eating, and I guess it was Ramadan, and people were just like, "What?" Right? They were so shocked that I was like they just assumed I was Arab, right? And I'm not. So that's just a lot of countries I go to, I blend in a lot, and just them assuming that I'm a particular, like race that I'm not, and accidentally offending people. That's one of my pet peeves, man. One of the things I gets on my nerves traveling as a racially ambiguous person. All right, my next one is people. Uh, this is so funny, man. This literally happened to me day before yesterday. You don't know how many times people stop me and they swear they know me, right? And it's funny because this happens in so many different countries, and they swear they know me, right? And it's like, I mean, this happened. This used to happen all the time when I lived in Miami. People would they start speaking in Spanish, and they'd be honking the horn, hey, 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 right? And like they swear they knew me, right? And they would think I'm like, I don't know, Cuban or Dominican or some Cuban, Dominican, Puerto Rican dude, right? They swear they knew me. Just the other day, somebody stopped me. They swore they knew me, and I was Arab, right? It's funny because it's always the same dynamic, but it's these different races, right? The other like a month ago, man, someone swore I was this Egyptian dude that they knew, right? So that I mean, this is just the day in the life, man, being racially ambiguous, right? And it's funny because it happens so much in like so many different countries, so many different races. I get mistaken for, and they swear they know me. Whoever these, they swear they know who I am, I'm all these different races, right? Yeah. Now and then, well, I guess I'll get to my last point. It's just like, well, I call it like the speak English for me Olympics. So it's like when I go to, depends on the country. So I've been to like 35 different countries. So I've seen this play out so many different times, so many different ways. And so they get like, I remember when this is years ago, man, I was in Brazil, and they were shocked. They didn't believe that I wasn't Brazilian. And so they're just like, speak English for me. Speak English. Just say anything, right? And I would just start talking, just speaking, right? I can't say I'm speaking English. I'm just speaking because I don't really know any other language like that, not that much. And they're like, hey. They're just like calling people over because that's how much they did not believe I wasn't Brazilian. So I mean, it's a trip, man. You'd have to be around, like, if you hang around me, if you're someone that hangs around me long enough, you'll see this play out, right? It's a trip, right? And the confusing thing is the last thing I'll say is when I go to certain countries, um, it's funny when like the locals, like some countries you go to and they beg, they're like trying to figure out, like, I remember I was in some country and like they wanted to like ask for money, but they weren't sure if I was like local or if I was a foreigner. So they're like, you see the kids, they were kind of just like they didn't know like how to approach me, right? They didn't know, like, wait, do I speak the local language? Is this a foreigner? Is it not? Is he yet? No, yet. It's a trip, man. Anyway, that's just days in the life, man. Are you another fellow racially ambiguous person out there, man? Let me know in the comment section. You ever had this type of stuff happen to you? Let me know. Anyway, I'm Expat D, man. Uh, you know, like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna have a lot more exciting travel content coming your way. Um, yeah, let's I want to get this YouTube thing back, man, back in motion. It's I tell you what, when you're a traveler, man, I know people want to see exciting travel video, man. So that's the content I want to start bringing to you guys, bringing a lot more. I got some crazy ideas coming up, man. It should be a lot of fun. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. I'm Expat D. Peace, and I'm out.